ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Only 4 students. Who is this Janaki Jeevan Prabhu? Can you on your camera, Prabhu? Switch on.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, obeisances to you, all glories Prabhu, Abdu and Gauranga.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam Prabhu. Okay, so we'll continue our discussion. So in the last class, so we were discussing about the 5 objects. So Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. These 5 objects. About these 5 objects we were discussing. So we understood Jivatma is being part and parcel of the Lord. It is entrapped by the Maya. When it is entrapped, if it is not having the Paratattva Gnanam, then it will be happening. So that whole discussion we heard from the Vyasdev Samadhi. So about the Vyasdev Samadhi in brief we have seen. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranhite Male. Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tadapashrayam. So and so we have seen. Now after this we will be just further proceeding. Next, Dravyam Karma. Dravyam Karma cha Kalascha Swabhavo जीव एव च यदनुग्रहतः सन्ति न सन्ति यदुपेक्षया इति एवमादिभिः अस्य सूत्रार्थत्वं च स्मर्यते अर्थोऽयं ब्रह्मसूत्राणां गारुडे all the Vedanta sutras meaning. So Vedanta sutras meaning is explained in what? In Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why in the Garuda Purana it is said, Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam. This Bhagavatam is what? This Bhagavatam is the commentary on the Brahma Sutras. So, okay, this is over. Now we'll be seeing what are the different names I said about the Vedanta Sutras.
Brahma Sutra, as well as you said something about the Chatu. That's let me just see, Prabhu. Chaturlakshani.
Chaturlakshani. I said Chaturlakshani. Yes. That means it is especially discussing about the four things. So Lakshani means one way you can say it is the Adhyaya, chapter. So it can say it is one chapter. 4 chapters are there. Chatur Lakshmi means the one which is having the 4 chapters. That is nothing but Vedanta Sutra, Vedanta Darshan. This Vedanta Darshan. It is having the 4 chapters. That's why it is also known as Chatur Lakshani. That means one chapter is discussing about the one subject matter. Yes or no? 4 chapters are there, and each chapter is discussing about one topic, one topic or subject matter. So these 4 chapters, among that first chapter, what it is discussing. So tatra prathame lakshane sarvesham vedanam brahmani samanvayah. In Vedanta Sutras, how many chapters are there? 4 chapters. First chapter is discussing about what? Sarvesham vedanam brahmani samanvayah. All the Vedas are concluding in Brahman. This is the topic of the first chapter of Vedanta Sutras. Sarvesham vedanam brahmani samanvayah. If you see here in our Vasus, it's a PDF. So here, Chatur Lakshani, one Lakshani means he translated into book actually. So like he is taking here 4 chapters or otherwise 4 books or Adhyaya also you can say. Lakshani also you can say. Lakshana, one Lakshana. The one who is having the 4 Lakshanas is known as Chatur Lakshani. Okay. So first Lakshana is also known as, in English, first book or first chapter. So first chapter is discussing what? All the Vedic texts uniformly refer to Brahman and find their samanvaya, reconciliation in him. Sarva Vedanam Brahmani samanvaya. So you should remember, first chapter, 4 chapters are there. First chapter is discussing about all the about what? All the scriptures are concluding in Brahman. Next, Ditiye Sarvashastra Avirodha. The second chapter is dealing about what? In the second book, it has been proved that there is no conflict between Vedanta and other Shastras. Other Shastras and Vedanta Sutras. There is no conflict. Sarva Shastra Avirodha. There is no conflict from other scriptures to Vedanta Sutras. This is the second book is dealing. So second book is dealing this. Next, third book. So Tritiye Brahmapti Sadhanani. In third book, the means of attaining Brahman are described. Brahmapti Sadhanani, various means. Sadhanani means various sadhanas, which can be used to attain Brahman. Next, Chaturde. In fourth book, what is described? Tadaptihi, attainment, the result of attaining. Phalam, tadaptihi, phalam means the result. So result is discussed in the fourth book or in the fourth chapter. Okay, this is total Vedanta Sutras. So how these chapters are organized. And each chapter is having how many padas? 4 padas. And each pada is having several adhikaranas. It's clear? Next. So for Vedanta Sutras, who is eligible? Who is eligible? Who should study this? Who is adhikari? Who is adhikari? And sambandha, vishaya, and prayojana. Adhikari, sambandha, vishaya, prayojana. Or otherwise, adhikari, sambandha, abhideya, prayojana. These are the Anubandha Chatushtaya. If anyone is writing any book, he has to define Anubandha Chatushtaya. What is the need of defining Anubandha Chatushtaya? Why Anubandha Chatushtaya is needed? It has to be mentioned initially. Why Anubandha Chatushtaya is defined? By just seeing Anubandha Chatushtaya, so immediately what is discussed in this book that can be easily understood by the authors, by the readers, so that everyone will get the interest to study this book. Yes? Yes. So that's why Anubandha Chatushtaya is needed. What is Anubandha Chatushtaya for Sandarbhas? Sandarbha students are there here.
Vachaka Sambandha.
Acha. And Vachaka Sambandha. Next. What is who is Adhikari? Anubandha Chatushtaya can be manifold. Adhikari, Sambandha, Vishaya, Avideya, Prayojana. Actually, in some book, any 4 they can take out of these 5. Adhikari, Sambandha, Vishaya, Avideya, Prayojana. For any book, Anubandha Chatushtaya, 4. Any 4 of these 5 has to be defined. For example, so sometimes, yeah, modern authors, they may write the introduction, or so which covers these 4 things, 4 aspects. But in the previously authors, they also write, so this Anubandha Chatushtaya specifically. So that means first one is Adhikari. So who is eligible for this book? Who is eligible? Which person is eligible to read this book? What is the eligibility to read this book? That they define. So because every book, if you want to read any book, you should be qualified for that. Otherwise, you cannot nicely understand that. Yes, so that's why Adhikari is needed. So you should be a qualified person. You should know that. So who is Adhikari for this? So for example, Sandarbhas. So who is Adhikari for the Sandarbhas? Jiva Goswami was writing there. Whoever is
Devotee.
interested, huh?
Devotee is the Adhikari.
Whoever is interested in knowing the Krishnaika Bhajanabhilashavan. So whoever is desiring to worship only Krishna, Krishnaika Bhajanabhilashavan. So whoever is having the Abhilasha, that means desire to worship Krishna only, such a people has to study these Sandarbhas. That is Adhikari. So next, like Lagu Siddhanta Komai. No, Tarka Sangraha. Tarka Sangraha, who can read the Tarka? Annam Bhatta is writing Tarka Sangraha. Who is Adhikari for that? The one who already studied Vyakarana Shastra. So Balanam Sukhabodhaya. That means Balanam means here it is defined that who studied already Vyakarana Shastra. Those people. So like that, yeah, every Shastra so demands some initial qualification. Okay. Then whoever is having that qualification, he is Adhikari. Next, Sambandha. This book is going to discuss about subject matter, some subject matter. And what kind of this book, means what kind of relationship this book is having with that subject matter. What kind of relationship this book is having with that subject matter. That means subject matter is defined in this book, or subject matter is established in this book, or subject matter is proved in this book. So like this Nirupaka Nirupya Sambandha, Vachya Vachika Sambandha, like this. That means how this book, simple words, if you want to understand Sambandha, I can say how this book is going to deal about the subject matter. How this book is going to deal the subject matter is known as Sambandha of this book with that subject matter. Means in this book only details are given, are established, are the discussed, or just a tabular form, just varieties are given, whatever. Different kinds of the different possibilities are there. Yes. Encyclopedia or whatever. So that is known as sambandha. The relation between the book and the subject matter is known as sambandha. Next, subject matter. We need relationship. Also, we need subject matter. What subject matter is discussed and how it is dealt in this book. So, what is subject matter? That is known as Vishaya. How it is dealt in this book? That is Sambandha. Understood? Sir, understood or not? समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं?
Yes, Prabhuji, clear.
Next one is what? Prayojan, Abhideya. Abhideya means after reading this book, no. So for the adhikari, what kind of procedure it is prescribing? What it is prescribing? What method? Some practice. That means this book will be prescribing certain practice to the readers. That is known as, that practice, prescribed practice is known as Abhideya. Practice or methodology. Some methodology it is prescribing. Like Sandarbhas. What Sandarbhas are prescribing to the reader? So Bhakti. They are prescribing sadhana bhakti. They are prescribing, yes, that is Abhideya. Like someone read any book on dealing the cancer disease. So it might be prescribing some prevention techniques or also curing techniques. Who is eligible for that? Whoever is desiring not to have cancer disease. Also, whoever having the cancer disease, both people can read. Desiring and having. What is the relationship? That means sambandha. This book is dealing cancer details in detail. It's encyclopedia. Like that. Next. So Vishaya is, what is Vishaya? Cancer disease. Who is, what is Abhideya? So certain process. So these things has to be taken care, has to be practiced to not to have this disease. And after having these things has to be practiced. And what is the result? So you'll be free from the disease. Or you'll be cured from the disease. That is the result. Good health. Cancer-free health. Like this. Like this, every book deals these things. Next, prayojana. Final one is what? Prayojanam. Prayojana means the result. So, whatever this book is prescribing certain procedure for us, and by following that procedure, what result we are going to get? So that is prayojanam. These aspects so should be defined by for the every book. So now for the Vedanta Sutras, who is Adhikari? First one. Who is Adhikari? You are all Adhikaris. Right? All. All. You can write your name. Adhikari, myself. So here Adhikari is given that Yatra Nishkama Dharma Nirmala Chittaha Sat Prasanga Lubdha Shraddhalu Syantyadiman Adhikari. Who is Adhikari for Vedanta Sutras? There are certain characteristics are defined for the Adhikari. First one is Nishkama Dharma Nirmala Chittaha. That means who practiced karma, Nishkama Dharma. That means who performed his duties nicely. And after that, so he reached the stage of detachment, stage of getting detachment from the results of the karma. And so once, if anyone is getting the detachment from the results of the karma, then his heart is automatically is Nirmala Chitta, means is pure. Pure, yes or no? Nishkama Karma Yogi is nothing but Nishkama Karma Yogi. Simple words, if I want to say. So, Nishkama Karma Yogi. My voice is audible clearly? Yes. So that means who doesn't have attachment for the material results? Athatu Brahma Jignasa. That means who is eligible for this book to read? So whoever is having the detachment, automatic detachment is there, means then there is no so hatred towards anyone or any so attachment to anyone. There is no disturbance due to profit or loss. So such a person, by doing Nishkama Karma Yoga, what will happen? Heart will be purified. Such a purified person, this one characteristic. Next, Nishkama Dharma Nirmala Chittaha Sat Prasanga Lubdaha. Who got the association of the Sat? Sat means devotees. Devotees are Jnanis, anyone. Sat Prasanga Lubdha. Especially you should take here devotees only. So I take it devotees. Okay. Sat Prasanga Lubdha. Who attend the one second characteristic he should. Who got the association of the devotees. Shraddhaluhu. Who has faith. Faith in what? So faith in absolute truth. And Shantyadiman, who is peaceful. And so and so. So such a person is Adhikari. It's not that here faith is 100% faith, but just he should be a faithful person. So such a person has to study this. Next.
Krishna Prabhu,
Prabhu.
you had referred as Satprasanga Lubdha, means one who takes association of the devotees, or how does we understand?
Yeah. One who got the association of the saintly people, devotees.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Okay. In English, actually, Satprasanga Lubdha is out. As a person who is of tranquil mind and has the attributes of Sama, Dama, and so he is full of faith, constantly engaged in good thoughts and associates with the knows of the associates with the knows of the truth. Here he brought actually, whose heart is purified by the due discharge of all duties, religious and secular, without any idea of reward, is the adhikari. That means Nishkama Karma Yoga. It will be expanded there. But yeah. And what is the Sambandha? Second thing is Sambandha. So that means this Vedanta Sutras book, Vedanta Sutras, these 4 books are, you can say one book also, one book with 4 chapters. Actually, they consider sometimes chapter as book also, but you will use, so Lakshana means chapter or Adhyay. That means chapter we take, and Vedanta Sutras has one book. And this book, Vedanta Sutras book, what kind of relationship it is having with the subject matter? It is having the Vachya Vachaka Sambandha. This book is what? Vachaka. And subject matter is Vachya. That means this book is just describing about Brahman. Like the example, Vachya Vachaka Sambandha, what I will explain. Like the word mobile. So mobile word is there, mobile, mobile. Mobile object also is there. So mobile word is Vachaka, mobile object is Vachya. So both are having that means what kind of relationship is there between the mobile word and mobile object? So mobile object and mobile word, Vachya Vachaka Sambandha is there. Mobile object is Vachya, mobile word is Vachaka. That means that word is denoting that subject matter, that object. Mobile object, if you want to tell about that object to others, how you are expressing? By the word mobile. So that's why word mobile is Vachaka. Denotes. It is having, that word is having some Shakti to denote the object mobile. Okay. So that's why, so Vachya Vachaka Sambandha is there between the mobile object and mobile word. Similarly, so in the place of mobile word, you keep this book, Vedanta Sutra book, and the object, what object is dealt in by this, or otherwise subject matter, that is Brahman. Brahman is Vachya, and Vedanta Sutra book is Vachaka. So that's why what Sambandha is there? Vachya Vachaka Sambandha. It's clear? Next. Ram Charan.
So when we are saying Brahman here, so
Hmm.
so it's all 3 aspects, right? Like Brahman, Paramatman, Bhagavan.
Of course, yes. Brahman word means here absolute.
Absolute truth. Okay.
Okay. Next. Next one is what we are going to see next. Next one is Vishaya. Vishaya, subject matter. Vishaya. Niravadyaha Vishuddha Ananta Gunagano Achintyananta Shaktihi Satchidanandaha Purushottamaha. Who is Vishaya? What subject matter is discussed? Satchidanandaha Purushottamaha. So, Supreme Personality of God. Purushottama means he is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thirdly, the Vishaya or the subject matter of this Shastra is the Supreme Purusha being. So, he is Satchidananda Vigraha. He is Sat means eternal, Chit means is full of knowledgeable and knowledge and also bliss. He is so blissful. Sat Ananda means blissful. Ananta Shakti. Achintya Ananta Shakti. He possesses so infinite, inconceivable energies. Vishuddha. Vishuddha means Vishuddha Ananta Gunaganaha. So he is having the infinite number of pure qualities. So such an object we are going to discuss in this Vedanta Sutras. That is the subject matter of this book. Even after hearing this, such a wonderful object, we are not getting any seriousness. Why? In our sadhana and so on. It'll take time. Okay. Next one is what? Prayojanam. So prayojanam is what? The result. Prayojanam tu ashesha dosha vinasha purassara sakshatkara. Sakshatkar ityupari spashtam bhavi. So what is the result of studying this Vedanta Sutras book? If you study, then you will be following the method, whatever is prescribed by this book. And then finally, what will happen? Finally, you will be getting the what? Sakshatkaraha. That means direct realization of that Purushottama. Ashesha dosha, and also Ashesha dosha vinashaha. Whatever the contamination we are having. So that is Ashesha. It's infinite. So Ashesha dosha vinashapura sarah. Ashesha dosha means is infinite. We have the unlimited doshas. And those all will be destroyed. And also, what is going to happen? Sakshatkara, direct realization of that Purushottama. These are the four things. So Anubandha Chatushtaya is discussed here.
Abhideya is basic.
Yeah, Prabhu, tell me. Yes.
Abhideya is basically just studying, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't get definition for Abhideya.
Abhideya is not given. Actually, any four. Generally, authors. So Adhikari, Sambandha. Adhikari is given. There actually, if you see in Tattva Sandarbha, we have seen. There, what were there? Anubandha Chatushtaya means what he took. Sambandha, Vishaya, Abhideya, Prayojana. Adhikari, he didn't mention there actually. In some other place he mentioned. So here, four things here. Baldev Jabhushan, Adhikari is mentioning. That depends upon the author. Anyway, author, what he is assuring by this book? By reading this book means you are reading and also following the whatever procedure is given in this book. That means this book is prescribing the bhakti. So that you will be doing, and finally, ultimately, what is going to happen? So that is given here. What is going to happen ultimately? One is able to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So along with the destruction of all the unlimited impurities in the heart. Okay, this is clear. Next, Anubhav Chatushtha is clear.
So Prabhuji, Prayojana is basically sakshat, like darshan of the Lord, or like understanding of the
Realization, darshan, that's a direct perception of the Lord. Direct perception. Pratyaksha anubhuti. Or aparoksha anubhuti. Aparoksha anubhuti. Mukta sangasya. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayati. Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam. Vijnanam means so direct experience, perception. Like how you are seeing the mobile. It's a direct perception. So like that you are going to see. Not only seeing, he is object for all the five senses. Yes, we have seen in the Madhuri Kadamani. You all remember? I forgot.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So next. Yasyam khalu vishaya samshaya purva paksha siddhanta sangati bedat pancha nyayangani bhavanti. So one more point I want to make you to note. Adhikarana or nyaya are synonyms actually. Adhikarana is also known as nyaya. Adhikarana is having the 5 limbs. What are those? So previously already we discussed. Can anyone see that and tell me?
Vishaya, so Vishayo, Vishayaschaiva, the subject matter, and then Vishaya, the doubt, Samsaya, then Purva Paksha, the opposite view, and Uttara Paksha is the right understanding or Siddhanta, and then the conclusion, Nirnaya.
Yes. So here that was according to the Samdas. So that sloka I said. Here Baldev Jabush himself is saying about what? About this. You can see in this book. This Adhikarana, several Adhikaranas are there, and Adhikarana is having the 5 parts. So he is using Adhikaranas or topics or prepositions, different names he is using. These are the different synonyms. So, or otherwise, Nyaya. Adhikarana is also known as Nyaya. It is having the 5 parts. One is what? Vishaya. That means, so subject matter of that Adhikarana. Next, Samshaya, that is a doubt. Third one is Purvapaksha, that means opponent's view. Fourth one is so Uttara Paksha, or the Siddhanta Paksha, is known as synthesis. That's a right conclusion. So right view. Fifth one is here. Actually, there we have seen Nirnaya, that means conclusion. But here Baldev Jaboshan is writing Sangati. Sangati means, so how this topic of this Adhikarana is having the link with the link actually. Sangati means link. So with the other parts. Other parts means with the other adhikaranas, or otherwise how this adhikaranas, this subject matter is having a link with this chapter, pada, or otherwise this book. So that's why you're understanding what I want to say. Sangati or consistency. Consistency means, so you can see here, consistency with the scriptures, scripture called Shastra Sangati, consistency with the book or Adhyaya Sangati, consistency with the whole chapter or pada, called the Pada Sangati. Final, yeah, Pada Sangati. One second. It's total book. Okay. This book is having the 4 chapters. Yes, it is having 4 chapters. And each chapter is having where is it? Chapters, that means adhyaya. Adhyaya 1, Adhyaya 2, Adhyaya 3, Adhyaya 4. Like this, 4 adhyayas are there. And each adhyaya is having, once again, 4 padas. Each adhyaya is having 4 padas. Okay. This is pada 1. Two, 3, 4. Similarly, here also 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 padas. Like this. And each pada is having several adhikaranas. This adhikarana 1, adhikarana 2, sorry. Like this, every pada is having the adhikarana 1, adhikarana 2, adhikarana 3, adhikarana 4, like this. Yes. Each adhikarana is also known as Nyaya. Nyaya 1, Nyaya 2, Nyaya 3, Nyaya 4, like this. Every pada can have many adhikaranas. And every adhikarana is having, adhikarana is comprised of several sutras. Each adhikarana contains several sutras. Okay. So this adhikarana is telling about one topic. Each adhikarana tells about, it deals about one aspect, otherwise we can take one aspect. So adhikarana is having several sutras, but adhikarana is also is having the several sutras, and all that sutras are finally is comes under these 5 categories. That means adhikarana is having the 5 parts or not. So what is that? Vishaya, that is the topic or subject matter what this adhikarana is dealing. Vishaya, each adhikarana is having the 5 parts. Vishaya, Samshaya, next Purva Paksha, next Uttara Paksha, finally Sangati or Nirnaya. Here we take Sangati. So Sangati, now we are discussing. We want to discuss Sangati. Sangati. Sangati means consistency. In this Adhikarana, this Vishaya is discussed. Okay. Vishaya is discussed. How this total book is telling about what? About the Adhato Brahma Jignasa, Brahman. He is telling about the Brahman. Total book. Brahman means absolute truth. It's not that the Brahman means only Brahmeti Paramatmeti, Brahman only we should take. No. Brahman here sense is absolute truth. That's a Purna Purushottama, whatever you can take. Okay. So here Vishaya Sangati, this Sangati, we are discussing Sangati. That means this Sangati can be three types. What is that? Shastra Sangati, Adhyaya Sangati, Pada Sangati. Shastra Sangati, Adhyaya Sangati, and Pada Sangati. What it mean? So this Adhikarana is containing the Sangati. Okay. This can be three types. Shastra Sangati. Otherwise, I can write like this. Shastra Sangati. It can be three types. Shastra Sangati, Adhyaya Sangati, next one is Pada Sangati. What it means? So this Adhikarana is dealing with one topic, one issue, and how so this topic is connected with the or consistent, how this subject matter is consistent with the total book. That means total book is telling about the Brahman, and how this Nyaya or this Adhikarana is having the consistency with this Brahman. That is nothing but the total book dealing about the Brahman. So with that, so then that is known as Shastra Sangati. You can see in English, Shastra Sangati means consistency with the scripture called Shastra Sangati. That means this Adhikarana, how whatever the topic is discussed in this Adhikarana, that is Vishaya, how it is consistent with the total book, that is known as Shastra Sangati. Understanding? Is it clear? Shastra Sangati. Next, consistency with the Adhyaya. That means consistency with the Adhyaya. That is, we know consistency with the, that means every Adhyaya, this is one Adhyaya, na? Like this. This is one Adhyaya. This is second, third, fourth. Every Adhyaya is dealing with one thing. What Adhyaya? First Adhyaya is dealing about what? Tell me. First Adhyaya is dealing about
Sambandha?
no.
The relationship?
Chatur Lakshani. First Lakshana is what? That is first Adhyaya.
Sarvesham Vedanam Brahmani Samanvayaha.
Sarvesham Vedanam Brahmani Samanvayaha. That means first chapter is dealing about all the Vedas are concluding in Brahman. So this thing is dealt by the first Adhyaya. This Adhyaya. And each Adhyaya is having 4 padas, and for every pada is having all the various adhikaranas. So all these adhikaranas of this first Adhyaya should be inconsistent with the total subject matter of this Adhyaya. What is that? All the Shastras are concluding in Brahman. Then that consistency, that means this adhikarana's consistency with the Adhyaya is known as Adhyaya Sangati. Okay. And each Adhyaya is having the 4 padas. This adhikaranas, whatever subject matter is discussed in this adhikarana, how it is consistent with the pada is known as Pada Sangati. Is it clear or not?
So Prabhuji, like the first one, the Shastra Sangati is basically just this only this book, or all the
Only this
Vedas?
book. Why are all the books? The Ayurveda is with this book only.
Okay, sure.
You might be writing one book. How that adhikarana will be in consistency with your book? Not possible, no? Anytime anyone can write the book. Okay, next. Any question? No question. Chalo.
Prabhu, one question. Sorry. So this Sangati has to contain all the 3 Sangatis together, or either of them?
Anyone.
Anyone of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So every adhikarana should have consistency. Otherwise, in this book, that is irrelevant. So that means this adhikarana should have consistency with the definitely with the pada, and pada is ultimately having the consistency with the adhyaya. Adhyaya is having consistency with the whole book. Of course, if it is having any one, so automatically other things are achieved.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll be seeing in the in detail while we deal the chapters. But here Baldev Jabushan is saying, so Sangatir iha Shastradi Vishayataya Bahuvida api na vitayate. So he is not going to discuss. He is not going to discuss in detail about these Sangatis, but in Vasu he wrote, so that's why we have seen. But Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan is saying that those will be discussed in the while we. So Vishaya Avagato Swayameva Vidyotanat. When we try to understand the topics of this book, those automatically can be understood.
So Prabhuji's Vasu's translation is a little different than what we are discussing, like in the Sangati.
No, same.
Because the first one he says Shastra Sangati is like with the scriptures. So that's why I was a little confused there. Second one, Adhyaya Sangati, he's saying whole book actually.
That's why you take what I said. So his whole book means his meaning is chapter actually. He has some different notation, but he clarifies here. So here see, therefore an interpretation of any passage in order to fulfill the condition of the Shastra Sangita must not go away from the subject matter of Brahman. This. Anyway, he clarifies. Secondly, the Adhyaya are the portion of the book. He clarifies in the next.
Okay.
Here he said book as the Adhyaya as a book, but don't get confused there. What I'm saying, Vasu is also saying same thing. We both are in line. Shastra means total book. Adhyaya Sangati means with chapter. That means one Adhyaya. And Pada is 1/4 of that. Also, Sangatis can be many types. Okay, that we will not be discussing. Now we'll go to the first Adhikarana. We'll start. Adhikarana 1. Nyaya 1. Adhikarana 1. Atato. What is the first Adhikarana's name is what? Brahma Jignasa Adhikarana. What is that? Brahma Jignasa Adhikaranam. In Hindi, in the Sanskrit book, it is Brahma Jignasa Adhikaranam. We are going to discuss this. Brahma Jignasa Adhikaranam. Okay. Any Adhikarana first what? What we need?
Vishya.
Vishay.
Vishaya. So what is the Vishaya of this Adhikarana? By name itself you are understanding what is the Vishaya.
Brahman.
No. What is Vishaya?
Jigyasa.
Jigyasa.
Brahma Jignasa. Inquiry into Brahman. This is the Vishaya. Right? First Adhikaranam is Brahma Jignasa Adhikaranam. Vishaya is what? So inquiring into Brahman. That means whether we should inquire about Brahman or not. So no. Whether no. It's just inquiring into Brahman. Inquiry into Brahman. This is Vishaya. Okay. Then after that Vishaya what?
Samshaya.
So Vishaya, after that Vishaya, Samshaya. First of all, Vishaya. First Vishaya. So yo vai bhuma tat sukham nalpe sukhamasti bhumaiva sukham bhuma tveva vijignasitavya iti bhumanam bhagavo vijignasa iti.
Prabhuji, can you share that screen which you are reading?
Acha. Sorry, bro. I think I was in another screen. Share. Vasu. Take Vasu. Vishaya. First Vishaya is discussed here. Next second is Samshaya. Then after the third is Sapurva Paksha. Fourth is Siddhanta. All four. He'll be seeing here. Okay, first one by one we'll go. Vishaya. So Vishaya, that means inquiring into Brahman. This is Vishaya. So to support this, you need to mention something or not? If you raise anything, you have to give the reason. For Samshaya also, you should give reason. For the Purvapaksha also, you should give the reason. Without reason, you cannot talk anything. This you should remember. Reason means hetu. If you are going to take something as a subject matter or the Vishaya, there should be some hetu or not? Yes. So there should be some reference. I am taking Brahma Jignasa, inquiring into Brahman as a Vishaya. What is the hetu? So the hetu is this. These two statements from the Chandogya Upanishad and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Two statements. First one is Chandogya. Second one is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad. So 7th chapter, 25th. So I don't know what is it, 25th and 1. So anyway, Chandogya Upanishad. 7:23:1. In here it is given in our book. What this Upanishad is saying? Yo vai bhuma tat sukham na alpe sukham asti. Bhumaiva sukham bhumatu eva vijignasitavya. Iti. Vijignasitavyam iti. Spelling mistake is there here. Vijignasitavyam iti. What is the meaning of this? Yaha bhuma tat sukham. Whoever is infinite, he is bliss. So na alpe sukhamasti. So whoever is not infinite, there is no bliss in that. There is no bliss in anything not infinite. That means definite. Definite. Bhuma means infinite. Whatever is infinite, that is full of bliss. Whatever is not infinite, that is finite, that is not having the bliss. Bhumaiva sukham bhuma. Bhumaiva sukham. Infinite is only bliss. Bhuma tu eva vijignasitavyam. Bhuma tu eva vijignasitavyam. That's why one should inquire or understand Bhuma. This statement is there in Chandogya Upanishad. So this statement is there in Chandogya Upanishad. So this statement is a proof. Is a proof to accept Brahman has to be inquired. To accept the topic here, Vishaya. What is that? Brahman has to be inquired. जा रहे हैं या नहीं? Bounce कर रहे हैं.
Prabhuji, like,
चारा
so-
दिखते हैं रुचि. चारा दिख.
Prabhuji, Bhuma means Brahman, is it? Another way of expression of Brahman is Bhuma.
Bhuma means infinite.
Oh, Bhuma means infinite. Okay.
Yes. Bhuma. Magnanimous, infinite. उल्टी आ रहा है
So-
किसी को?
Prabhuji, how are you connecting Bhuma to then Brahman?
Bhuma is equal to this. That is a Acharya's commentary you should see. Anyway, unfortunately, we don't have commentary on Upanishads from our Acharya, so we have to refer the either Sri Vaishnavas or otherwise Madhva. Anyway, Bhuma, it is a very well-known verb. Bhuma is infinite.
Since Brahman is infinite, and so that's how we relate it to Bhuma as infinite. That's how it should be drawn in a parallel.
Shakti Bhuma's word meaning is infinite.
Prabhu, boom is related with bhu, existence. The same.
Bhupi nahi. You should say nirukti, or otherwise you can refer in the Amarakosh. See in Amarakosh, Bhuma. Bhuma meaning. Okay? It's infinite. Infinite is blissful. Whichever is not infinite, it is not having any bliss. So that's the one should. So that's fine. Infinite is bliss. So one should inquire about infinite. Like this, where it is there in the Chandogya Upanishad. Yes. So Chandogya Upanishad statement. This statement is the proof. Is a proof for taking Vishayavakya as Brahman has to be inquired. This is a Vishayavakya. What is the otherwise if something Brahman has to be inquired is not at all raised this topic anywhere in the Upanishads. Is there any need to discuss in this Vedanta Sutras here? Vedanta Sutras are meant for what? Vedanta Sutras are meant to understand the Upanishads. ये थोड़ा सा समझना चाहिए. कीर्ति माता जी.
I'm getting it, Prabhuji, when you're showing diagrammatically.
Yeah. Okay, I will give you a diagram now. Let us.
So Prabhu, say like this, so Upanishads were written first and then to explain Upanishads, these Brahma Sutras were written, right?
Upanishads are not written. Those are there eternally. So they are part of the
Compiled.
Vedas.
Compiled, Prabhu, like.
Yeah. So the first day I said, why these Vedanta Sutras are there? Okay, anyway, no problem. This is common, generally happens to everyone. When they hear first time, ulti hota rehta actually. It means whatever they feeding, and child is always vomiting. And mother what she will do, she will keep still, she will keep on putting. And child keep on vomiting. This happens. Mother's her endeavor will not, she will not stop her endeavor. She keep on feeds.
This is the standard practice of sadhana in Vedanta Sutra, bro.
Any teacher like that only, bro. They keep on. So all the child generally they vomit. Whatever mother is feeding, she vomits. When mother she's like this, then they will like that she'll vomit it. Okay. Okay, I will explain on the diagram. Where is that? Govinda. Vedas are there. Vedas are containing the 4 parts. Samhita, Brahmanas, Aranyaka, Upanishad. Upanishads are also known as, this is Veda. Every Veda, 4 Vedas are there. Every Veda contains these 4 things. In that, Upanishad is the ending of this Veda. Also, it is known as Vedanta. Okay. Vedanta Upanishads deals about what? Brahman. Like this, how many Upanishads are there in all the 4 Vedas?
108, Prabhu.
Huh?
108.
Even more are there, but prominently 108.
1180, Prabhu.
More are there, but we prominently see even in the Shankaracharya comment on 12. So 12 we take majorly. Even out of 108, 12 are main. So that means if you want to establish any sampradaya, like if you want to start the new sampradaya, you can start. You can write the Bhashya and the Upanishads, Bhashya and Vedanta Sutras, and also Bhashya. That means Tika, commentary on Bhagavad Gita. How many are interested? Tirumala, you can try. So, okay, Upanishads. Now, these Upanishads are the Vedanta, are also Vedanta. The Anta means ending. They are all ending of that means summary. Ending means summary. Summary of Vedas. Okay. To understand these Upanishads, you need some Nyayas. Nyayas means some kind of guidance, some rules. Nyayas are some rules, also known as adhikaranas. Here we call adhikarana. Adhikaranas. Okay. Adhikaranas. So set of like some hundreds of adhikaranas together are known as Vedanta Sutras. That means to understand these Upanishads, Vedanta Sutras are compiled. In these Vedanta Sutras, how they are organized, Vedanta Sutras? They are organized in the form of adhikaranas, and adhikaranas are organized in the form of padas. Padas are organized in the form of adhyayas, 4 adhyayas, and total is a book, Vedanta Sutra book. This. Okay, this much is enough. Tomorrow we'll see.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, madam.
Prabhuji, there was a statement I heard somewhere saying, if a set of sutras, they come together, it's known as sukta, and then set of sukta, it becomes samhita. Can you please explain that?
Several sutras are known as Samhita, no?
No, sukta.
Suktas, yes. Here, like Samhita is containing so Indra, Chandra, Surya, like that. So Lakshmi, Vishnu, Rudra. Several suktas are there in Samhitas.
I'm sorry, Prabhuji, where does that fall? Like, is it under the Vedas or does it come under the Vedanta Sutra? Where does
Here,
that
here.
fall?
Sukta you are saying na?
Yes,
This. Samhita. You are saying this Samhita. Samhita contains suktas. Devi Suktam, this Suktam, that Suktam. Okay. What just I want to say? So we were discussing Brahma Jignasa Adhikaranam. In that Vishaya is there. So that Vishaya, what is that Vishaya? Enquiring, Brahman has to be inquired. This is the Vishaya. Brahman should be inquired. So we are finding the, so some kind of statement, direct statement in the Upanishad. Otherwise, if that is not there in the Upanishad, that statement, why we have to take this Vishaya in this Vedanta Sutras? Is there any need? There is no need. Is clear? Vedanta Sutras are, what is the purpose of Vedanta Sutras? Mother Rohini?
To understand the Upanishad, Prabhuji.
Yeah, to understand the Upanishads. So that's why Vedanta Sutras, whatever we discuss, that should be related with the Upanishads or not. So that means if we take any Vishaya Vakyam in any Adhikarana, that should be having connection with the Upanishads or not. Otherwise, it will be irrelevant or not, useless or not. Yes. Okay, ज्यादा मत सोचिए आप लोग, थोड़ा सा fresh mind से कल आ जाइए तो we will go into the Adhikarana in other things. Don't worry. It will come. We are experimenting on our community. Vedanta Sutras, Sandarbhas, Acharya commentaries, all. Let us hope some good result will come in future.
It was a typical mathematics integral
Yeah.
class today.
Yes, so it will be very technical. So, but if you practice and if you keep on hearing again, this is a systematic approach of the Sastric studies actually, so that you will not do any mistake, no confusion. Even Sandarbhas also are like that. Very systematic approach. Even Acharya commentaries. These are all, yes, Prabhupada gave very in a lucid manner all the facts. Same things will be seeing here also in a systematically, so with a proper system like Vishaya, Samshaya, Purva Paksha, Siddhanta Paksha, and Nirnaya. So in that way, each and every topic will be discussing systematically, so that it will be helpful for your preaching actually. Prabhupada wanted. So Prabhupada asked Swarup Damodar Maharaj to comment on the, or otherwise to see the utility of Vedanta Sutras in present day modern scientific world. How to preach to the scientists. So he asked to write some commentary on this. Okay.
Prabhu,
Prabhupada wanted all this. Wanted Vedanta Sutras also. He wanted to translate the Sandarbhas. He wanted, and also that teaching of those, everything he wanted. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also is writing. 3 things he is asking to his son before going to his samadhi. So what are those? First thing is he is asking to establish Daiva Varnashram Dharma. Second is to do the service for the Mayapur, now the Mandal, Mayapur. And third thing is to preach systematically. So Vedanta Sutras, Sandarbhas, and Bhagavatam. Three things. That means the three subjects has to be nicely taught in the society. Otherwise, on the name of the Ananya Bhakti, people because of there is a good chance to misunderstand the pure devotional service, and that will be leading to the chaos in the society. That happened actually before Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So that's why he wanted systematic study of these three things. Bhagavatam, that means along with commentaries. Bhagavatam means obviously commentaries. Second is Sandarbhas. Third is Vedanta Sutras. So who asked? Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked to his son, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj. Prabhupada actually, yeah, he didn't get sufficient time to translate all this. But anyway, we'll try with our discussion, we'll little bit something with all Vaishnavas mercy. Okay, Ankit Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask, is there any weightage assigned to Sambandha Abhidheya or Prayojan for any grantha? Like the focus should be on Sambandha Gyan, like in Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So is there a definition to that?
Sambandha means the Sambandha defines the relationship between book and its subject matter. You can write, this is the definition.
Mhm. So is there any weightage assigned, like let's say example of Bhagavad Gita. So what is
I
the
gave na
percentage?
Sandarbhas or have Sandarbhas example if you take. Sandarbha is what? Book is a Vachaka.
Hmm.
And what is subject matter of Sandarbha? Krishna is the
Right.
Vacha. Here Vedanta Sutras is also Vachaka. That means, like Vachaka means I explained. So mobile phone, the word mobile and the subject, the object mobile is Vacha. And another example you can take Tarka Sangraha. If you take Tarka Sangraha is dealing about the seven padarthas. Seven padarthas. And what it is, that is the subject matter. Seven padarthas are the subject matter of the Tarka Sangraha. Tarka Sangraha is a book. And Tarka Sangraha, what it is doing, it is establishing the characteristics of the seven padarthas. So that's why Tarka Sangraha book is having the Nirupaka Nirupya Sambandha. Seven objects, seven padarthas are what? Nirupya. That means they are established. And book is what? Is establisher. Nirupaka. That means this book is defining the each padartha. So that's why every book is not just telling about that subject. It establish, it describe, or it just list out many things. Yes.
So Prabhuji, it means it has
How this
equal.
book is dealing the subject matter. That is a sambandha actually.
So all these 4 points that we have discussed has equal weightage in any of the granthas.
Equal
Sambandha
weightage means?
Let's say for Bhagavatam, so what is the main focus? Is it Abhidheya? Is it Prayojan? So is there any definition
No
around it?
weightage. Actually, every book is having someone as adhikari for book. So these 4 Anubandha Chatushtaya are simply, in brief, it is telling about that book. This Anubandha Chatushtaya, what it does, in brief, it is telling about that total book. Who can study this book? So how this book is discussing, in what way this book is discussing about subject matter. So what is the subject matter in this book? What is the result you will get by this book? What? This is the Anubandha Chatushtaya.
Okay, got it.
Anubandha Chatushtaya, something Jiva, Ishvara Sambandha. No, that is another thing actually. About the book we are discussing. That is Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana means, so Jivatma and Ishvara. So they have the Sambandha, Abhideya is Bhakti and Prayojana is. That is another matter actually. Here in the context of book, whenever you write book, you have to define these four. Okay?
Yeah, got it, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. If it is everything is clear, we will end here.
Prabhuji, regarding Tarka Sangraha, you are referring as there was a word that you'd use, Shastra Balanam Sukha Bodhaya. What's that? Could you please?
Tarka Sangraha Kriyate.
So can you please?
There's a Mangalacharana sloka where Annam Bhatta is writing.
What is it, Prabhu? Can you please repeat that?
Balanam Sukha Bodhaya Tarka Sangraha Kriyate. So Nidhaya Vishesham Nidhaya Vishesham Nidhaya Prabhuji, मैं भूल गया actually. Where is that book? Nidhaya Hrudya Sadhu. Mangalacharana sloka I forgot. Mangalacharana sloka if you forget, teacher will scold like anything in Banaras. Where is that Mangala? Where is the book? Prabhu, I forgot.
No problem, Prabhu. Maybe tomorrow you can suggest if you can remember.
Tarka Sangra book is there. You can download it. There you can see in the front page.
Okay.
Nidaya Hrudi Sarvesham. So Vidhaya Gurum something. Balanam Sukhabodhaya Kriyate Tarka Sangraha. Something is like that. So there Balanam Sukhabodhaya means Balanam. Balanam means their commentary is given by Acharyas. So Adhita Vyakaranam. So that means who have studied the Vyakarana, they are eligible for studying the Tarka Sangraha. Okay, Prabhus. Thank you very much for kind and patient hearing and giving opportunity to discuss somehow these Vedanta Sutras. I'm really feeling so fortunate.
Thank you.
So to have students, I was really not at all expecting that I will get students for this book subject matter, but at least yes. Please come enthusiastically, otherwise I will lose my enthusiasm.
Last silly question, Prabhu.
Maybe it is a little austerity, but please come. It's my selfish desire. And don't drop anyway. You may think, what is this? 4,000 is nothing. Money is not the big thing, but actually, yeah. Please, we'll establish some culture, some traditional culture, studying of these shastras. It will really helpful, definitely. I can assure. Please come. Don't lose the hope. Yes, Prabhu Ramchandra, what you are saying?
Like, yes, because the subject matter is very high, so I might ask silly questions. I want
no
to get
problem. No problem, bro. Yeah. Gopijana Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, you always come late. Why?
That is the reason
Saturday or something.
that is the reason I am closing my page, Prabhuji, out of shy.
Why you came late actually? Every time I observe that Saturday you come late. You have some other program, I think.
Yes, Prabhuji, Saturday.
Okay, Prabhu. No problem. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava Bhaktarvrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Venugopal Prabhuji ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.